Okay, children, now we had seen the previous uh, video where we have learned about animating text, designing the background. This is just a small video continued for chapter 7, children, for learning the rehearse timings and setup show. Okay, now what is the use of this setup show and rehearse timings? These are the two very important options, children, in case when you're making your presentations you can make use of these two options. Fine, so I have to click here on the setup show, then I get these options here. So from these options what I have to do is, children, I have to click loop continuously until escape. Now this option, now when you go to the banks and all, children, or sometimes in the schools and all, there are certain screens put up and you see there is nobody operating those screens, so automatically you keep on seeing certain screens, the monitor keeps on running a certain show. Okay, so that is how that is PowerPoint only in slideshow, but then because of this option loop continuously until escape means my show should run till I press the escape key. So I click this option here, children, and I say okay, fine. And then now when I press F5, that is or slideshow from here, F5 shortcut key or slideshow. Okay, when I click here, what happens is the show keeps on running. You see, this is the first slide. Now fine, this was the first slide, then this was the second slide. I had only 4 slides in my presentation. This was the third slide and this is the fourth slide, right? Now it will re-begin unless, yeah, you see, my presentation is again started. So unless and until I do not press escape key, ESC key on the keyboard, my presentation will not stop, children. Okay, so I have to press escape key to stop my presentation. And if I don't want to repeat my presentation, then what I do is, children, I go to setup show again, in slideshow, setup slideshow, and I remove the tick mark, children. Okay, and then I say okay, and you press F5 key again, children. What happens is my show keeps on running, but only once. It will not repeat. You see, I will not press escape till it completes. So you see that show, and you see the second time continuation will not be there automatically. Now children, see, I have not pressed escape key. Automatically you see on top it is showing end of slideshow, click to exit. So if I have a left click once, my slideshow is exited. Okay, so that is the use of setup slideshow loop continuously. Okay, that is to show it continuously. Now children, with this option, okay, I'll give you one more example. Like if I want this slide, I'll move this slide on top, okay, as a second slide. I want only 1 and 2. I don't want the third and fourth slide. Okay, I want the first slide and I want the second slide. So what I'll do is I'll make a custom presentation. I click on custom slideshow, custom show. I'll add up a new show. I want only the first slide and the second slide, and I say add. Okay, and then I'll click OK. You can give a name also if you want to give a name here for your slideshow, and then say OK. Fine. Then I want to edit this show. I click on edit. I want to make any changes. I can make any changes of this particular show, and when I say show, it will only show me the first slide and then the second slide. Second slide is come, children, and it is the show is ended. So this, when you require, children, for a custom show, sometimes you have a very big presentation, say around 50 slides or 30 slides. When your teachers teach very big lessons in your school, what happens is they have to divide according to the timings. So what they do is they make small custom slideshows and keep, so that they can make use. There is one file, but there are certain parts as custom shows. So whichever slides the teachers want to reconnect, so they gather those particular slides. Now sorry, What I had done is I had shifted, but you need not shift the slide. When you go to custom slideshow, automatically in custom shows, when you click on edit, you can select the slides. So supposing I select the third slide, second slide, and the third slide, okay, for another show, and I say add. I want to give a name, I can give a name for that particular show. I say show 2, okay, and I'll remove the first slide, and then the second slide, okay, and then I say okay, and I say show. Okay, now this is the first slide which I had selected, and this is the second slide. Fine. So here you can make small custom shows according to your requirement. Fine. Presentation online, if you have something online connected with the public services, you can connect. That is children, when you grow big after your SSC or maybe after your 12th standard, when you're making big presentations, at that time you can make use of this online services. But being in the school, you may not use these particular services so much, because you may not require unless and until you're presenting something very high. Okay, so we need not practice this option. Then from beginning, the slideshow will start from beginning, that is from the first slide. Okay, I press escape again, children. From current slide means, supposing my slide your this orange highlights are there, right? That means I'm on the third slide, so I want to start the slideshow from the current slide. So the slideshow will start from the current slide. Okay, I press escape key. So clear, children? What is this? Setup show, loop continuously if I want, and then say okay. Now children, here in this, see, you have an option custom show. Okay, I want loop continuously the custom show, not the show one. I want the show to be presented. Okay, so I say okay, and I press F5 or slideshow. You see, this was the one slide and this was the second slide. Now children, till I press escape key, the show will keep on moving continuously till I press the escape key to stop the show. Okay, so I press the escape key to stop the show. Fine. So this is my custom show. You can show to directly, or you can go to custom shows and remove. You want to remove this show, you can remove. You want to make a copy of this, you can make a copy of this. You want to have a new slideshow, you can have new edit. Okay, I'll close this and I'll explain you what is rehearse timings, children. Okay, rehearse timings. Now what happens is your teacher gives you a presentation, and then she tells you how many make a presentation for 5 minutes. Okay, now how would you calculate those timings? So what we have to do is, you have to make use of the rehearse timing option, children. So I click on the rehearse timing. Okay, when I click here, my presentation starts, and there is a slide meter which is recording my timings. Okay, so once I read this, like say, knowledge is divine, God loves children. Okay, then I go to the next slide. So my 10 seconds are recorded here. Now see, there is 1 second, 2 seconds. Once you see the effect, then you can go to the next slide. Okay, then the third. Now this is loop continuously. Remember children, I forgot to remove that loop continuous. So my timing is getting recorded onto these two slides only. So I go to the next slide. See, same slides, and then I stop. So when I stop, it will ask me recording is paused. So do you want to resume recording? Yes. So I resume the recording. So it starts recording again. Fine. So when I close this, children, it will ask me another question. The total time for your slideshow was 23 seconds. Do you want to save the new timings? Yes, I will say yes. Okay. Now you see there will be a timing recorded over here. So how do I see that? I come to view and I click on slide sorter view. You see children, Here this is 1 second, this is 12 seconds, this is 10 seconds, and this is 1 second again. Okay, now previously we had set for 1 second for all the slides, but because of the rehearsed timings, this particular slide will play for 12 seconds on the screen. So after 12 seconds the next slide will be shown, that is for 10 seconds. So this is how you can set automatic timings by the rehearse timing option in slideshow, and rehearse timings will help us to fix up the timings into your presentation. Fine, children? So that is all about our rehearse timings. We have learned about setup show. Okay, setup show, loop continuously until escape. Now if I don't want this loop continuously, I can remove this option. I don't want the custom show, then I click on all, because this you see previously when I was recording the timings, it was giving me the custom show because I had only 2 slides in that show too, right? So I said all slides now, and I removed loop continuously until escape, and then I say OK. And then when I press F5, children, what happens is my show starts. Okay. When I press S, what happens? The show stops. You see? Shift F5 again to resume the show. Okay. So I press the Shift and F5 key and press the space bar to continue. Okay. So this is how I can continue. I want to right click and I can end the show. Fine. So in this last slide, see children, I have pressed given some shortcuts while the show goes on. Fine. So you can have some arrow pens, Control P you can press, or you can press the right click button and have the arrows to highlight certain things. Okay, change pen to arrow. Control P is for pen, A is for arrow. So with the control keys you can make use of these particular options. Fine. Okay, bye children. All the best for your exams and do well, and see you soon in the school physically in our computer practical lab. Okay, bye children. Have a nice day.